So I'm back again today to talk about the AMC 14 in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I'm going to be doing a review of my experience at the theater there, but before we go ahead and get started, if you have not done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. So I found myself driving up to Port St. Lucie, which is, I don't know, like a 30-minute drive from where I live north. I live in South Florida. And I went and saw Candyman, but I'm not here to talk about Candyman. I'm here to talk about the theater itself and my experience, the good, the bad, everything about the theater. So, first off the top, the last time I went to this theater was for Toy Story 4, so that came out in the summer of 2019, so just a little bit over 2 years since I've last been to this theater. This is not a theater that I would go to regularly. It's way out of my way. I was always more of a Regal person rather than AMC, and quite honestly, they're a little outdated at that theater. So 2 years ago when I went, they had the rocking chair seats, which are terrible. They had a weird smell, but the prices were cheap. So this time coming into the theater, I was going in with a fresh slate. I forgot all about the rocking chairs and the smell, because you know what? A lot can happen in 2 years, so maybe within those 2 years, during the shutdown, maybe they did updates. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I went in there. But before I go into the theater, I was greeted by a lovely lady. You can see her in the bottom corner of the video that I'm putting up right now. She was so sweet. She took my ticket. She was very welcoming, and she was just super nice and super sweet. Fantastic worker. I wish I remember her name, but shout out to that lady. She was awesome. So when you walk in, it looks like just a normal theater, but something that was really cool that even my own favorite theater that I go to all the time doesn't have, and I wish they did, is the Coke dispensers, where it has like hundreds of different varieties of Powerade, Coke, Sprite, Fanta, water, Dr. Pepper, whatever, all that stuff. You can choose from Diet Coke, Coke Zero, different flavors of Powerade. My theater that I go to doesn't have anything close to that. They have 6 choices for you to choose from. Now, I don't really drink that much soda anyway, but when I'm in the theater, that's probably when I drink the most amount of soda. And it was really good to be able to rifle through and kind of give myself a little bit of a treat with this soda and have a little bit of options other than the 6 that I'm used to at my own theater. So I mentioned that 2 years ago they did have good prices, and when I came back this time, they still had really good prices. Nothing to me felt like it was overpriced. When you go to a theater, you got to expect to pay a little bit more for popcorn than you would at the grocery store. That's a given. Everyone knows that. But there is a limit of, okay, am I really going to spend $10 on this little tiny thing of popcorn? There is a limit, and this theater did not surpass that limit. I felt like what I paid for this little bundle right here for Coke, candy, and popcorn was a fair price. So I also mentioned that when I saw Toy Story, there was a weird smell. And this time when I saw Candyman, there was still a weird smell. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Trace, take a shower. It's probably you. And you know what? I thought about that, but I did take a shower before going into it, and there was still a smell. And I didn't smell it driving the 30 minutes up, and I didn't smell it driving the 30 minutes back. It wasn't me. It was just the theater. I don't know if it was the chairs. I don't know if someone farted in my seat before I'd sat down. I don't know. I really don't know. But it was a weird smell. And I actually took my jacket and put it over my face to cover up my face a little bit because I just didn't want to smell it. It was gross. I was the only one in the theater, so I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain that there was someone with their feet, in my area, or maybe someone else farted. I can't have that because I was literally the only one. There was one other person in the theater, and they were all the way on the other side of the row. I was by myself in the area that I was at. So it was either me or it was just the seats. I'm not sure. I remember going to this theater as a kid, and I remember that the back concession stand, they had a line just as busy as the front concession stand, and I remember sometimes just bypassing the front concession stand and just going straight to the back to try and see if the service was a little bit quicker. And over the years, I have remembered that it's dwindled a little bit, but the last time I was there for Toy Story, it didn't look like it did now. So right now, there's nothing back there except for that big Paw Patrol poster That's it. So more that you could find at this theater is Discount Tuesday for AMC stub members. It offers 3D for people that still watch 3D out there. There's a bar for your alcohol beverages, and you can do food and drink mobile ordering. So all great stuff. All in all, there's nothing too special and fancy about this theater, but it's also not the worst theater I've ever been in. So maybe something died in the vents about the smell. That's probably my biggest thing. But, you know, it didn't dwindle my experience of watching Candyman, because I clearly still was able to enjoy Candyman. So to me, the theater becomes a problem when I can't enjoy the movie. But I was able to enjoy the movie. So all in all, good prices, good location. There's a lot of restaurants around it, so it's a good location. So yeah, that was my experience at the AMC 14 in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget that every Sunday you can find me and my other two co-hosts on the Only Film Fans podcast, available on all podcast platforms. And until then, I'll see you next time.